able to understand what the other person's point of view is, so as to be able to describe what might be going on to them in a way that they suddenly go, hell mate, how did he know that? Yeah, because I can imagine it, mate. That's why. Because empathy is not just a feeling. It's an understanding. And you don't have to have been through it in order to roughly understand it. You need to have been through it to know it. But in order to roughly understand it, yeah, it's like imagining what it's like for an ambulance driver turns up at a horrific, you can't know what that is until you're there. But you can understand that it's brutal beyond measure, and if ever it come up in conversation, the only way in which you would ever describe it would be respectfully, heroically, yeah, in order to be like, God mate, the fact that you can do that is amazing. Oh my God, I'd be in tears all the time, or I'd be throwing up, or I just couldn't do it, or whatever. Yeah? Well, that's a really obvious example of being able to have an understanding of the fact that you don't need to have a complete knowledge of something to be able to just understand that it is extremely intense, or it is extremely heroic, or it is extremely difficult, or it is this, or it is that, or it is whatever. Yeah? That's what empathy is. Empathy is not just caring about what other people feel. That's caring. That's beautiful. It's just a different thing. Empathy is having a go. You don't have to get it absolutely right. It's about attempting to understand it from their point of view. That's why when people talk about empathy, they're not talking about empathy. Because if you had empathy and you absolutely hate Donald Trump, you'd be able to understand why people like him and not think it's because of hate and because they're all racist and all that. But you can't. You can't imagine why people might like him. Because you don't actually know what empathy is. It's just a word you use to sound good. And you are good because the word you're using to sound good is incorrect, but what you're trying to describe about yourself is care. You do care, you just don't have empathy. It's not that you don't have it, it's that you don't use it because you think you're using it when you care. So you don't think you need to use it because you think you're already using it because you don't understand it properly. Now who's an arrogant